Well, remember back in May when a California preacher predicted the end of the world? Well, obviously that didn't happen, but he said he was just off a little bit by a few months, and apparently the day is now here. Today, national correspondent Amy Robach is in Los Angeles with the details. Amy, good morning to you, perhaps for one last time.
Perhaps, Savannah, as you said, Harold Camping has picked today as the end of the world. So if I suddenly go out of focus while we're talking, you'll know then that my cameraman here has been raptured and we'll have to carry on without him.
T.S. Eliot wrote that the world will end not with a bang, but a whimper. This time around, doomsday preacher Harold Camping seems inclined to agree.
The end is going to come very, very quietly by October 21.
The Christian broadcaster from Oakland, California stirred up a lot of buzz this spring with his calculation that Judgment Day would happen on May 21st.
It will begin with a huge earthquake.
Followers took out billboards and some even cashed in their retirement funds.
May 21 will be the day of judgment.
Since then, the self-styled prophet has had his 90th birthday and suffered a stroke. Now he's back on the air and back to his bold predictions. And he still claims that something went down exactly 5 months ago.
God brought Judgment Day, and it will continue right up until October 21, 2011. At that time, the whole world will be destroyed.
We should probably point out that nothing in the Bible points specifically to this date. Just the opposite, in fact. In the book of Matthew, Jesus says to avoid trying to figure it out.
But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only.
And as far as the rapture itself, the popular notion that God's chosen people will suddenly vanish from this earth owes more to movies like Left Behind than to traditional Christian doctrine.
Thinking about Jesus being seen at the end of time, that means everybody's there, everybody will see him. That is the second coming of Christ.
We'll have to wait and see whether Mr. Camping's new math works out right this time. But if not, probably best to not laugh too soon. After all, if you believe the Mayan calendar, we could be talking about the same thing on December 21st, 2012.
Harold Camping is staying out of the spotlight this time. A spokesman for the radio host declined our request for interviews, so we don't exactly know how he is planning to spend the day. This is actually his third attempt, we should mention, at predicting doomsday. The first back in 1994. Didn't work out that well either. It worked out well for us, though.
I was going to say, I hope that track record continues. Amy Robach in California for us. Thank you.